What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Outpost, and I didn't get a chance to get to this. This is a couple days old, but I still thought it was worth talking about. You can see who will win the epic lightsaber battles of The Mandalorian Season 2. It's an article in which they're predicting who Moff Gideon, played by Jeancarlo Esposito, might fight in a lightsaber duel. And the reason they're talking about this duel is an interview that he gave. Now, this is all speculation about who could possibly be fighting, but I wanted to show you his actual words before we get into who the article is speculating about. Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 2 features major epic lightsaber action. If you were disappointed about the lack of lightsaber action in the first season of The Mandalorian, you need not worry. The show's sophomore outing on Disney Plus is going to have its fair share. Giancarlo Esposito was at hand at Fan Expo in Vancouver, said he's gotten plenty of time using the Darksaber during the course of Season 2 production. The prop guys are wondering about me because I was in a bit of commotion and a bit of struggle with someone else, which I'm hoping you will enjoy when you see it happen. Esposito said, major, epic lightsaber action happening on this show, and I should mention that I'm the only character in the first season who is able to be honored with having that lightsaber, so it feels wonderful. Naturally, they were quick to ask whether or not Moff Gideon would be going toe-to-toe with Din Djarin or Baby Yoda, a notion the actor quickly shut down. Now, the whole idea of the whole lightsaber battles and everything like that, it's going to be interesting how they integrate it. If you remember, at the beginning of this process, Jon Favreau told everyone that The Mandalorian is not going to be about the Force. It's going to be this standalone. It's going to be this new thing. It's not going to be connected to anything else. And then what do we know? We have the Force. I heard someone say, you can't tell a Star Wars story without the Force. Are you kidding me? Evidently, you've never read very many Star Wars stories in your life if you think that's the case. But it ends up, yes, it is about the Force. It is about Baby Yoda. It is connected to this nostalgia thing that we have for Yoda. So we'll see where it goes if they do fight a Force user, even though it wasn't supposed to be focused about that. It wasn't supposed to be about lightsabers and the Force. It was supposed to be its own standalone thing. Well, no way, the Mando Star added. It ain't gonna happen. Anything's possible, and you keep watching. Because the baby has some incredible power without having to wield the Darksaber, I think the baby is so curious about what this is. So you'll be enthused and inspired when you see the scene I'm referring to in Season 2, which is to come in October. Keep watching. Now, he does reference specifically saying that it's not the baby. He doesn't mention Din Djarin like the question asked. I think it's inevitable at some point that we have to see Din Djarin in this show, if Moff Gideon is the villain, have some interaction with the Darksaber. Just makes too much sense not to. As a Mandalorian, the fact that the Darksaber should only be held by the leader of the Mandalorians, the fact that Giancarlo Esposito has it, I think that that's going to be a plot point. It has to be. Earlier this month, Disney former chief Bob Iger, I should edit their article now, confirmed that next season would arrive on Disney Plus this October. And a little bit more about the Darksaber. Now, I wanted to go into this article and what they think, their little predictions here. And they briefly go over that quote that we talked about. Moff Gideon, who is set up as the show's big bad late in Season 1, was revealed to possess the Darksaber, an ancient black-baited lightsaber with significant ties to the planet Mandalore. Though Esposito would not reveal who he's battling, he did admit that it isn't Mando or Baby Yoda. So there you go. This one's a little more specific, saying that it was not Din Djarin, the Mandalorian. This suggests he could very well be engaging in fisticuffs with a full-blown Force user if major and epic lightsaber battles are on the horizon. But who could he possibly be fighting? Here are the predictions. Luke Skywalker. Now, this has been around for forever, this suggestion that Luke Skywalker could make an appearance in The Mandalorian. It's only 5 years after Return of the Jedi. Luke Skywalker would still be very young. Definitely possible that they could run across him. However, it is a big galaxy. Are they going to bring Luke Skywalker again? If they bring Luke Skywalker and you have a bunch of people oohing and eyeing, I wonder how many people will ultimately recognize that Luke's story ends with the sequel trilogy, and if that will keep them as excited. Leia Organa. Listen, there's no way that's happening. I just don't see it. I do not see that one happening. We do know that Luke did, in fact, train Leia as a Jedi Knight. In a pinch, it's reasonable she might once again pick up a lightsaber to put down a threat. I don't see it happening. Ezra Bridger from Rebels, everyone's least favorite characters in Rebels, who happen to be like the main character. The protagonist of Rebels was last seen hurling around hyperspace to unknown destination, his fate deliberately shrouded in mystery, which we may very well have a Rebels sequel series, which involves Sabine and Ahsoka going to look for Ezra. That's not been confirmed yet, but I would expect us to hear something about that very soon. Assuming he survived, Ezra Bridger would have grown from a Force-sensitive teenager to a full-grown Jedi adult. His potential debut in The Mandalorian was fit his personal arc as someone who always cared about the smaller, more personal battles. So they're rating what it might be. They say perhaps. And here we go. Of course, Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka Tano has to be involved in basically every project Dave Filoni does, because Dave Filoni loves Ahsoka with all his heart and soul. First introduced as Anakin Skywalker's Padawan in Star Wars The Clone Wars, and used sporadically in Rebels, is one of the most popular figures in all of Star Wars. Well, maybe in all of current Disney Star Wars, yeah. Fans have long clamored for a live-action version of this character, and a shocking reveal would generate Death Star level buzz, especially if Lucasfilm kept it under wraps like they did with Baby Yoda. However, the character's fate remains unknown. Again, last we saw her, she was going out to find Rebels. They say that odds are good. They think that odds are good that she will be in it. And I have to agree. At some point. At some point. And then this is a weird one. Jason Syndulla. The fact that they used the name Jason for this character pisses me off to no end. Spelled like that. Pissed me off. Because Jason Solo, as so many of us know, is an incredible character from the Star Wars Expanded Universe. And that's what they do. They just like take little things here and there, knowing that it's from the EU as some sort of like tribute or something. Maybe they think they're honoring people. I don't know. The son of the Clone Wars hero Hera Syndulla and Jedi Knight Kanan Jarrus, Jason Syndulla was only briefly seen in the final episodes of Rebels. However, by the Battle of Endor, he's a full-fledged member of his mother's rebel crew on the iconic ship Ghost and a proven pilot in his own right. Given the Jedi blood that flows through his veins, it's not unreasonable to believe he's also Force-sensitive. Rebels creator Dave Filoni even admitted in 2018 Lucasfilm executives were interested in seeing more of the character. Could he have made his way to Luke's fledgling Jedi temple after the fall of the Empire, and could he have survived Kylo Ren's betrayal? Consider our interest piqued. Verdict, certainly possible. So there you go. That's 5 characters they think might appear. Listen, I think that Ahsoka is a high likelihood that at some point she will appear in live action. She's just too big of a character for them to not use her. People fawn over Ahsoka. Dave Filoni loves Ahsoka. I would be surprised if at some point she is not in a live action something. Could it be in The Mandalorian? Possibly. Certainly possible. Also, I think Ezra Bridger is realistic. Luke and Leia, I don't see that happening. I don't see them using them that way. Not yet. Not yet, at least. I think this might wait till, 20 years from now when they decide to reboot the original trilogy. Do episode 4, 5, and 6 with completely different cast members. Then we'll see them start to pan out and have Luke Skywalker appearing all over the place. And then Jason Syndulla, I don't think this is realistic either. I don't think as many people would know about this character. It would make a very big splash. That's just my 2 cents. But what do you guys think about the fact that there's going to be some huge epic lightsaber duels in The Mandalorian Season 2? Like I said, when we first heard about this, it was supposed to be kept away from traditional Star Wars about the Force and about lightsabers and about Jedi. They specifically went out of the way to mention that. But then what happens as soon as it starts? Oh, the central plot point is about a child Force user who reminds everyone of one of the greatest Jedi Masters of all time. So I don't know. Do I think it could look cool? I bet for sure it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Hopefully the choreography will be on point. We'll see some great lightsaber action. But we'll see. I think one thing they didn't mention is any Mandalorian in there that could be fighting him. Now, we know what the Darksaber means to Mandalorians, what it means to people like Sabine, what it means to people like Bo-Katan. So I think there is a chance that one of them could acquire a lightsaber in order to duel Moff Gideon to try to take that back, wrest control of Mandalore back with the Darksaber. But that's just me. That's just guessing. Haven't heard anything like that, but it would make logical sense to me. Surprised I didn't mention that in the article. Let me know your thoughts of all of this in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video out there, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. I'll talk to you guys later.